welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a quick flip through of the pages that I've created in my October daily so far. And I did want to say that this is going to be my last October daily process for 2024 that I'll be sharing with you, just because I got sick and my schedule has gone to crap, honestly. I just didn't have time to work in my October daily, but I will come back and share a flip through of the finished October daily, if that makes sense. While I was putting these two spreads together, I decided I'm just going to film this. It will be, like I said, my last 2024 October daily process video. And so I thought, let's go ahead and just start filming where I stopped. So I'm adding my journaling to these two pages, and then I'm going to start working on the next spread where I have added Kelly Perky's 4x8 paper. And I want to share these cool little hinges that my friend Etienne shared with me. They just fit into your spiral perfectly. Now, they are smaller than my Scrappy Spiral notebook spirals, but the good thing about it is I trimmed it in half and I was able to use one for one page. And that actually saves me money, so I went with it. I did grab these from Amazon, and I will link them in the description box for you. It's just easier than punching holes through my paper, especially a paper like this where the holes will go through your journaling or your title or whatnot. So I really like these hinges. As I said before, I usually just punch the holes myself through my paper, but these are great for these 4x8 pages. It just saves you space, basically. Anyways, so I'm going to be documenting for day 15 my creepy little kid who always takes my phone, and she puts the camera on like 0.05, and so her head always looks bigger than her body, and I find it to be very creepy. So I had to document that in my October daily. I just added my number, I added my journaling. I'm keeping it very simple. I love these 4x8 papers from Kelly Perky's Halloween kit. Like, you don't have to add a lot to them. It'll fill out pretty quickly, and that's what I need right now. I just need to catch up on my October daily. I am done with day 15. Now I can just flip over my page and start working on day 16. For day 16, I wanted to back up my 4x8 paper from day 15. So I'm going to go through my 4x8s, and I'm just going to put aside the ones I think that will work for my next prompt. And I actually really like this really old Studio Calico 4x8 paper that says trick or treat. It was a very basic page with boxes, and I felt like this would work perfectly to document the candy I have been eating this past October. And so I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to back up my page with this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and print out my photo. Now, I used Canva to put this photo together. I just added one of my 3x4 cards, or like a title from one of my 3x4 cards, right above my photo. And that way I don't have to worry about going through my stash. I already had like this in a Creative Bubble collection that I wanted to use. So I did that on Canva. I'm gonna add my numbers. You're going to see I'm going to use my correction tape to just cover up the wording in that box. So this paper had like different sized boxes, and I'm just going to use each box to hold something, if that makes sense. So I'm basically using one box for my photo, one box for my numbers, one box for my journaling, and the bottom box, I'm thinking I can use a card to fill in that space. And you're going to see I end up going through my stash, and I found an old Hey Pumpkin black card that said keep calm plus eat candy. So I will have to trim it down a little bit, but I do love that the black card matches my box of candy or my box of chocolate perfectly. And by the way, this October, all I ate was this homemade chocolate, which I discovered at the Arab Festival last month. And her chocolate is so good, I had to have more. Like, I bought some at the Arab Fest, and I ended up ordering more online from her. But anyways, I want to fill in the space right next to my little card that I added. So I'm going to use my Boo stamp to stamp a little spider. I actually stamp it in pink. I just thought it would be cute to bring in some of that pink to the bottom of my page. And I'm also going to use my little bursts from my Summer Alpha stamp to add more pink to my title. And then I can call day 16 done, and we can move on to day 17. So for day 17, I had this vision. I wanted a small photo, a little bit of journaling, and I wanted to add something big to the bottom. I didn't know what, but I thought I could find something in my stash. So you're gonna see I add my photo, I add my journaling. I'm gonna grab my sticker sheets. I have these large sticker sheets that some I made myself on Canva and some that were just like older collections in my stash. And I start going through them. And in that corner, you can see there's that big ghost that I grab. And I think maybe the ghost will work. And maybe I should do a speech bubble. You guys know how much I love speech bubbles. So I'm going to go for it. And as you can see, I even added tape to that ghost because it was losing its stickiness. I've had that sheet forever. Those stickers just need that reinforcement. They're just losing their stickiness. I also want to add a little something to my photo. I go with this black heart, but it's too dark and I don't like it. And I saw that Boo sticker and I thought maybe this will work, and trim out the BOO and add that directly to my photo and it'll bring in some color. So I basically end up doing that. So everything's trimmed out. I'm gonna go ahead and stick down my Boo directly on my photo. I also grab a stamp set and stamp ink right underneath my photo. I wanted to stamp something between my photo and journaling. But I'm gonna say something. While I was putting this together, I kept thinking to myself, this page needs color. Like, I like the idea of the speech bubble, and you're gonna see I'm gonna draw out the speech bubble. I'm gonna add my ghost and all that good stuff. But I'm still thinking it is just too bland. It needs a little bit of color, especially my speech bubble. I decide after I create the speech bubble, and you'll see I'll even make little speech bubbles right next to the ghost because I felt like the ghost needed more speech bubbles next to him. So I'll actually use some stamps to add some little words like Halloweenish words. I'll also stamp 31 and create little speech bubbles around them, but I'm still not happy. I still feel like it's missing something and it needs some color. And you're gonna see in a little bit once I'm done creating my little speech bubbles that I'm going to pull everything off and I'm going to create a colorful speech bubble for my photo and journaling. So this is where I'm looking at my spread and I'm like, okay, I really need color here. So I'm going to make the changes. I go through my paper pad and I really like this orangey pink. Kind of had like pink on the bottom, orange at the top. So I thought I would just trim out that orange portion and recreate my speech bubble, add it where the speech bubble is on my page. And that way I will have a colorful speech bubble backing up my photo and journaling. And as you can see, I can pull off my clear sticker paper from my spiral notebooks. This is how good my paper and the spiral notebooks are. It does not tear. Of course, you have to do it very slowly, but I've never had a problem of my clear sticker paper tearing like it would on a different journal. So if you stick something down, don't be scared to pull it off in your Scrappy Spiral notebook. The paper is pretty great for that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trim down my speech bubble. I accidentally trimmed it slightly too small, but I'm going to fix that by using my white paint marker. I usually use my white paint marker as correction tape. It's really easy to use and it dries up really quickly. So I'm going to cover that portion where I drew the speech bubble. I'll stick down the speech bubble and then I'll redraw that portion of my speech bubble, if that makes sense. And it looked pretty good. I do add little like scribbles around the speech bubble just so you can't see that imperfection. Now I'm gonna grab my photo, my journaling, and add it back into the speech bubble. And I'm really happy that I decided to, change this up last minute because I know myself, every time I would look through my October daily, this would bother me. And now it has some color, it looks more interesting, so I'm happy that I redid this. Anyways, I'm going to finish up my spread by stamping spooky right above my photo. I'll also color in the smaller speech bubbles, and then I can call my layout done. Don't forget, I will be sharing a flip through of my finished October daily very soon. I do apologize about my voice. This just had to be done. I had to do my voiceover because this video would have gone up really, really late. Anyways, you guys, don't forget I will be adding all the links for everything I shared down in the description box for you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye!